MindTap from Mankiw's Principles of Economics offers many tools to help students master economics. Students can enjoy a fresh, clean design, along with features such as an interactive ebook, videos, graph builder, and adaptive test prep. We had the chance to talk to students using MindTap with Mankiw. Here's what they had to say.
I was definitely surprised when I heard about all the options and resources like the adaptive test prep and the glossary and just the book itself on the website, that I was actually looking forward to using it versus just reading the book.
Helpful videos provided right when students need extra reinforcement.
When there's an answer that I've missed, sometimes there is a video to it that explains how to work out the problem. So it's been very helpful in that. They show you how to do the math. Sometimes it is just a purely concept video. Either way, they're very helpful.
The interactive ebook quickly becomes a favorite feature.
I did buy the print book, mainly because I like having something, but I also was not sure. I didn't know that MindTap was full book and everything, and I don't open my book. I just use the online, and I'll click the chapter and go through it page by page.
I didn't actually buy the physical textbook. I just used the online one, which was, my reasoning was it was cheaper, but I ended up really liking it. So I didn't know that we were going to use the MindTap, but after using it for a little bit, I definitely liked it.
Graph Builder allows students to interactively see how graph movement affects outcomes.
I have not used anything like it before MindTap. It's been cool because in class we do the basic stuff on the board. The professor shows us the graphs, we write it down in our notes, and we see it. And if we have to move the lines, we draw arrows to show the change in the supply or demand or something like that. It reinforces everything when I'm able to do that by myself on a computer. I'm able to see it much more, see all the different scenarios that could happen, whether it's changing supply or demand, either direction. So it's really cool to be able to see what would happen if I shifted this line this way or this line the other way.
I like how it shows you what it's supposed to look like, the graph. So when I'm doing it, if I have trouble, then I can switch over, look what it's supposed to look like, and then go from there.
In the clear favorite, adaptive test prep.
When I go through the test prep, I select the chapter that I want to review, and then it comes up with however many questions you want. I usually do 10, and then I just go through the test, and then I'll move on to the next chapter.
I use the test prep every time we have an exam. Depending on how comfortable I am with the chapter will depend on whether I just do questions on that chapter specifically or all the chapters that are going to be on the exam. So for the very first exam, there was one chapter that was a little more tricky than the other one, so I did questions specifically on that, and then I did an overall. Whereas the second exam, I felt like I had a better understanding of everything in general, so I just did, I selected, the 4 chapters that the exam was on and had them generate the questions like that.
I do 50 question tests at a time, then go over the questions and see what I did wrong and see what type of questions may be on the test.
I typically choose 25 questions per chapter and do that for each chapter on the test covered, and then I'll do one big test, all the chapters covered, with about 50 questions. And the ones I get wrong, I go back, learn the problems, and watch the quick learn videos and make sure I know how to work them all through before I move on.
Each of these students said they would recommend MindTap to their friends. We think you'll feel the same way. Learn more at www.cengage.com/MindTap.